Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All
No video.
Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world.
I got everything going here. Got buttons here, buttons there. Okay. That was too loud. It makes my head hurt. Okay. Here we go. Take one.
Take one. Wait, we only do one take.
I know. I just wanted to make it sound like we actually I want people to think we practice, or,
Yeah. I think
people
90
might think
episodes in, they got us figured out pretty good.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we sound really professional. Apparently, you're a potty mouth.
Yeah.
I texted.
To our listeners, I'm sorry. I lost my shit last week. I was listening to that going, whoa.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking, thank God it's not just me. See, everybody, I've set the bar low. Phil's way worse than I've ever been.
I was pretty salty last week.
That was a cranky pants.
I was all lit up and everything. Poor
Holy
Linda and her
shit,
hurting ears and everything. So
it's a hostile individual.
Okay, so this is what happens when you miss a PR opportunity while you're on my watch. This is what I feel like.
It's pretty clear you were not a happy camper. All good. All good. Man. Did you get it figured out?
Yeah. I mean, the solution is not one that I like a whole lot, but it's fine.
But you did talk.
We talked about it.
Half the battle.
Yeah, and there was still some lack of appreciation of what it could mean. So I outlined the consequences of doing what we're doing. I also, I found a solution for it that I don't love a lot, but so I was very clear that when this stuff kind of like lands in the public eye, that they remember this moment, right? That we had this conversation, that we talked
Buddy,
about, right?
All you can do is you highlight it.
Yeah.
What they choose to do with it, is what they choose to do.
Well, I think it's just more. So the one thing about our culture is that we are super transparent and we tell the truth, even though it's ridiculously hard to hear sometimes.
Right.
And so I've just said, look, like this is a consequence, right? So when it comes out, what will be in there isn't desirable and it's going to make you cringe, right? Yep. But we had a moment, we passed on the moment, right or wrong, but we're going to have to live with the consequences, right? So, and so right now it's like, yeah, we're going to live with it, but I'm sure, there's going to be another conversation when it hits, and I'm going to have to remind them that we had this conversation, right? Like this is what I was talking about, right? So,
yeah, shit happens.
That's all you can do. It's all you can do, right? And then you move on, right? You move on and you shake it off, and because if you can't, I'm 100% less salty, So yeah. It's oh my gosh.
So Linda sent us a text and called Phil a potty mouth.
She did. She called me a potty mouth, but she still loves us, though.
I don't know. She said something about me, but I don't think it was bad. Not like you.
And we still love her. I actually don't remember what she said about. I thought whatever she said about you is quite nice, actually. I thought.
I'm just a pot stirrer, but that's just like after she called you a potty mouth, you just need to have something attached to me so that I was reprimanded too. But really, I had nothing to do with me. Basically, it was all Phil's fault. But, whatever, man. I didn't know why I got involved in it. I think it's a little cowardly actually of Linda to kind of drag me into it too, and just to even it up. I mean, I don't know.
Well, for our listeners, I apologize. I did lose my shit last week, but it happens. It happens. So
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Man.
Thanks for recording only a couple nights later because we're off and running.
Yeah, it's okay.
We'll have to figure out the following week.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out. So. Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on? I think the thing that's going on right now that a lot of people don't appreciate is the work that gets done after a trade show is over. Right? So last week, I think you're in the same boat, I think. So last week I sent folks out to Berlin. I sent folks out to Boston and Milwaukee for various different kinds of trade shows or user group meetings, like all that kind of gathering stuff. And, you know, like a lot of people plan for the trade show and then they kind of go home and go, yay, job well done. But the trick with trade shows, it's not actually what you do at the trade show, it's what you do after the trade show.
It's got nothing to do with the trade show practically.
Yeah.
Well done. You know, day 1 of 30. Good job, guys.
Oh yeah. You're just
that's a start.
You know, this is like you come home and like, you know, teams are scrambling, you know, because you like people saw you at the booth, but they also saw like a million other people. So now is your moment to really like step forward and say, hey, thanks for meeting with me. Thanks for connecting. We talked about this. I want to follow up on that. You know, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? You know, like anything that you have intelligence on from the show, now is your chance to action all that stuff before everybody moves on, right? You know, so it's a lot of follow up. Like,
it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
It's a ton of follow up.
Yeah.
And really, like you said, I mean, when they all get back, what they should have all done today or this morning is, you know, sent a couple emails out. Hey, thanks for stopping by. It was lovely talking to you.
Yep.
You know, we talked about this and this.
Yeah.
You know, perhaps a good time to follow up would be next Tuesday.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? You know, you got to start trying to close some things too. It's good to do the chit chat, but you know,
but you got to close some opportunities.
Well, that's the point of going. Otherwise, what told you go for?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other thing is like, you got to think about email opt-ins, right? Like, so my world is right now all about like, you know, if you're in Europe, you got to have a double opt-in, but this is your moment where like in North America, you get a soft opt-in, right? So you send an email going, hey, Kenny, thanks for coming to the show. Would love to talk to you again. You know, how about next Tuesday? The minute Kenny says, hey, whatever Kenny says, actually, as long as he doesn't say, hey, don't email me again. But if Kenny says, oh, yeah, it was really great to meet you. I can't do next Tuesday. Let's figure it out later.
Yeah, absolutely.
In North America, that's a soft opt-in, right?
Yeah.
And that means he's engaged with you, and now you can email the shit out of Kenny until Kenny says, stop emailing me. You know, and so those are really important, right? Like, so if you don't close a deal, that's the other thing you want is now you got Kenny on a list where you can start to email him every 3 days, right?
Exactly.
Something. Yeah.
And you should have judged by the conversation we had at the show as to whether you should be emailing me back anyway.
Yep. Correct.
Like if I was receptive and, you know, it's just a show, we're all busy.
Yeah.
Then just take it easy. You know? But you should send something back to find out.
Yeah.
So you know, it was nice meeting you. However, I'm not interested at this time. Well, then you got your answer.
Yeah.
But if you throw, hey, how about next Tuesday and they counter, well, then there you go. Then you know that there's
then you're working
either they're just really scared to say anything or there's some potential there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in Europe, what would you need?
What's that?
In Europe, what would you need?
Europe, you need to actually explicitly tell them. So you need to say, you know, I'm emailing you with the intention of, you know, marketing you, you know, selling you a product, you know, soliciting you. And then that's the first opt-in. And then the double opt-in is they actually have to send you back something that says, yes, I accept.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's complicated. It's really complicated.
So the fact that I said I saw you at the show, we talked about this, and this. That's so. What I got to tell you what. Well, what the hell is that the show for? I go. Obviously, I wanted to tell you something. It wasn't.
But you got to be explicit. So in Europe, that note would be, hey, Kenny, it was nice to see you at the show. I would like to send you marketing emails. You know, put you on my subscriber list. Do you agree?
Oh, but.
But in North America, you don't have to do that. So in North America, I would.
But is that one email or like multiple of emails? Because I'm not going to after 2 emails, it's not going to be worth it. I'm not going to pester you forever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll pester you once. I'll email you again. If you give me another soft, I know you're not interested.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll email in 6 months, or I'll catch you at the next show.
Yeah.
But I'm going to probably stop bugging you, mostly because I don't want to be, it's
Well, I mean, it depends, right? Like, so I think at B2B shows, it's less, right? Because you don't want to burn industry contacts.
no.
But if you are at a consumer show of any sort, right? Like you actually have to ask for explicit consent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Probably about not a bad habit to get into, even in North America, quite frankly, for what it's worth.
Yeah, it's coming.
You can word it in a nice way where it doesn't, just as long as you're clear. Remember I talked to you at the show about selling you ABC. I'd like to continue the discussion on whether you'd be interested in buying ABC. Yeah. That's pretty clear that what you're up to.
Yeah. The privacy stuff, I would, we're talking about it here, but I would encourage you guys to look this stuff up online. There's millions of articles about it. In Canada, you're looking at CASTLE. So literally CASTLE, CASTLE. CASTLE rules. In the US, you're looking at the anti-spam rule. And then in Europe, it's the GDPR, Global Data Protection. Crap, I butchered it. I don't remember, but GDPR. Yeah. I would definitely don't take us at our word. You should look it up.
Oh shit, I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. I just know that this. I think it's like anything in life. Say what you mean and mean what you say. People need to understand what you're bugging them for. So that I can tell you, listen, I'm really not interested in what you're selling. No problem, man.
Yeah.
Still nice to meet you at the show. Catch up at the next show.
Yeah. It's I think there's a lot of leeway. Like if you're genuinely sending legitimate one-to-one emails, there's very
my understanding
harm.
That's what it was, Phil. You can't do the blanket. I saw you at the show. Phil, it was wonderful meeting you at the show.
Yeah.
Right.
But so this is important, right? Because a lot of people get these mixed up. So if I met Kenny and I send Kenny a note at the end of the show, you can do that all day and you're allowed to do that.
Right.
Even when Kenny says, stop emailing me, you could legitimately keep emailing him, right? Because you have an address, and it's a simple one-to-one contact. The minute that you put him on
a mailing list,
right? So Kenny becomes part of Kenny and Phil are on a mail, are together. That's a mailing list. So even if something like MailChimp or one of these automated things, they send it to Kenny, but they send it to Phil, that's still a mailing list. And then you need to have opt-ins. You need to have, in North America, it's a soft, and then in Europe, it's double opt-in. So a lot of people get those kind of mixed up.
So I always tell people, you send an email to the person you talk to.
Yeah.
Phil, it was very nice meeting the show. I'm glad we exchanged cards.
Yeah.
Tell the quick story so they've got they can still be not happy they emailed them, but bottom line, we're at a show, you gave me your card.
Yeah.
On your card is your email address and phone number, but this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like in essence, you have given consent.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you're allowed to follow up. That was what the purpose of the show was. If you didn't want to be contacted, you shouldn't have gone to the show.
Yeah.
Like there's ways around it, but a consumer definitely is a little bit different, but in business it's different. I mean, I can send out flyers to my existing customers, provided I give them an option to say, listen, I really don't like this in my email.
Mm-hmm.
Stop sending me flyers.
Yeah.
But I don't have to ask them to send the flyer. We're doing business together.
Yeah.
There already is a trend. There is communication already happening. You're giving me money and I'm sending you shit.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. But now, respectfully, as a good customer service play, you shouldn't do it. Yeah. And legally, you do have an obligation to make sure that, you can't pester people.
Yeah. So just make sure you, just make sure you keep an eye on those, because those rules keep changing, and then know the distinction between an email list and because those are, it's actually really important. We had that conversation with the salespeople in-house, and they were like, wait, I don't understand, so I had to go through the whole thing with them, right? Because they don't always, everyone email lists, distribution lists, mailing lists, people use all those terms differently, but it's important to understand the difference between them. So
just tell them one email address per email.
Yeah.
On shit like this, don't add people.
So if we have
one email,
if we have a privacy expert in our midst, so if we have a listener who understands the GDPR stuff, or if you are, let us know. We'd love to have you on. So you don't have
Have
Philly
two
and
knuckleheads
Ken,
basically
yeah,
making
two
the rules.
knuckleheads hacking this up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Although I think we're pretty close to being right anyway.
we're always pretty close.
I think
to
a lot
being
of
right,
stuff just
so.
I hate to say the word
Yeah.
common sense because that's
Yeah.
an interesting term to throw around, but use your head.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not personal if there's 6 people on it.
Yeah.
That sort of defeats what the word personal kind of means, right?
Yeah.
Personal is person.
Yeah.
You keep it to one and keep it relevant. Like, and having, don't just email someone that was walking by and never saw you.
Yeah.
You saw them at the show. You didn't see them at the show.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
But, reiterating that you had a conversation, I think should get you out of any problems.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't think anybody in North America really, quite frankly, gives a shit per se.
We understand the difference.
Exactly.
We really do. Yeah. Yeah. So, so this week has been nothing but follow up. Like it's okay, who are we approaching? How do we keep all the notes together? Who's creating what campaigns? Like in my world, I'm starting to run campaigns. So it's, we were at a show called Pharma MES in Berlin. And so, like Berlin will get its kind of own behavioral animal of like, first email that goes out will look like this, second email will look like this, third one. And then at some point you start to fold it back into your regular campaigns that you run with all your other emails. But, so there's one for Berlin, there's one for Boston, there'll be one for, a webinar that we did, so yeah. And all of a sudden now look like we've got 3 campaigns and we haven't even tried, right? So it's like,
it's pretty cool.
It's craziness. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
So it's, so that's what's going on. What else is happening? Lots of LinkedIn advertising going on.
How's that going?
That's going okay, I think. The first in-mail I sent, so that's the message that lands in your LinkedIn inbox.
Yeah.
Got us lots of clicks, probably, I think 10 or 15% click rate, which is pretty good. We just have a long sales cycle, so it's hard to tell, ultimately how many of them actually convert into something. Right. But at least we're getting action, right? People are what the message we're delivering is compelling, and people are actually.
Well, it's compelling enough to open. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, so I'm learning lots, and then learning lots. We're gonna try an A/B test. So we're gonna. I'm using HubSpot, which is another social media kind of platform, and HubSpot also does landing pages. So I'm actually going to try and land. I'm going to try and guide people to a landing page to have them fill in their details. So we're gonna test that against a similar offer to a similar group where it doesn't go to a landing page. It just goes to like a pop-up box that like you fill in your details and then you download, so at the end of both of these will be a white paper. Yeah. So one will be a landing page and then one will be like a direct, kind of subscription box you fill in. So we'll see which one they like more. It's called an A/B test. We're A/B testing to see which message resonates more and then what delivery format resonates better. So yeah.
Look
so
at
some neat stuff. I know.
Freaking madman.
I'm getting there. Like it's about learning. It's about analytics now, right? Like, once you get the language mostly right, it's about like what works, what doesn't work, right? Like, and the faster you get there, the better you're at this stuff, right? Because then you start to like, then you know how to get to them fast, right? So, yeah.
It's part of the game, baby.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of fun. Game. I like it. Yeah,
as long as you enjoy it, what the hell's the difference, right? It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
What about you? What's going on?
Nothing. Just right now is I don't know, man. I don't know. I seem to be just like I'm in so many. I'm in so many different directions. Even I can't keep track of the directions I'm going in. But I'm managing. Yeah. At least I think I am. I think I am. Or what I'm trying to do is box all of the issues into one box so I can have one answer for everything.
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Is that the answer? Let me think about it.
Let me think about that.
Let me take that away and synthesize what that means.
Ponder on that one just for a moment. No, you know what it is right now more than anything?
Yeah.
I think it's a really, it's trying to make sure that you got the right people in the right spots, doing the right things.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we always talk about is it's, and this is where like, even, like I know sometimes I think people probably think we bullshit a little bit that we don't, we kind of say what you're like textbook kind of thingies. You're supposed to, do the things you're best at and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's not really a blah, blah, blah.
Mm-mm.
You really got to put people into the right spots for them to excel so they feel good. No different than me making sure that I put myself in the right spots. And the shit that I really don't know well, which is a good chunk of shit, is give those to people who know a lot more than me. And there's a lot of people who can do that. But it's really understanding that is, it's important. It's critical to the growth. But it's hard to do sometimes because you have to admit that you don't know shit, which I don't really care. I'm good at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I have no way she's not. I don't know something. I don't know something. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I can fake it, I guess, but I mean, really, I still don't know.
But you're a pretty quick learner too, right? Like I think that's I think
if I don't know something, I don't know something. What do you want me to say? I don't know it.
Yeah. I'll go learn it as fast as I can, but
Or you know what? I'll look at it and say, I don't really want to learn that, and that's fine. But I do know somebody who does know that.
Yeah.
So I'd rather them do it.
Yeah.
Because by the time I learn it, I mean, seriously, it's
Yeah.
By the time I learn how to use my phone, we're on the next phone. Right?
So funny.
They were showing me today how to, the Zoom thing, right? The one we do it together.
Yeah.
Share a screen, this and that. I said, no, please don't do that to me. I said, just tell me the buttons to push. They said, what do you like? You're like my dad. I said, exactly. Just put it on the screen and just say this button, that button. Don't make me start going around this bullshit trying to figure. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn. I have no interest.
Yeah.
Just help me.
Yeah.
You can do it fast. You seem to care more than I'm going to ever give a shit. Just tell me the button to push.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's been the whole weekend since last we talked is sort of that. All day Friday was that. All day today. Probably for the next week. In all the places though, it's looking at the talent in every place I do work in. Is trying to say, well, I mean, one's taking most of the time, but it's trying to go through and say, okay, well, if I'm doing this here, I should do this there. And then you start thinking, well, geez, are those people the right people in that spot? I mean, that skill set actually lends better to this, and try to move them around to the right spot.
Yeah. That's tough. But
it's tough. But it's
kind of
a
special skill, right? Like,
Well, if it doesn't happen, then you know what'll happen. You'll never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hit the ceiling. Like where I think in a few spots we're hitting the ceiling, but the ceiling's being hit not because the ceiling's there. It's because that's as high as that person can reach.
Yeah. So what do you do with someone who doesn't want to move? But you need more out of the spot that they're currently holding. Like those are tough, right? Do you know what I mean?
Because sure, it's tough because you don't want you're trying not to you're trying not to highlight a deficiency for lack of a better word, right? That's not what the intent is. I think the intent is I think if your conversations are always around what we're trying to do as the collective, what we're trying to do for the greater good, for lack, again, for like that. If you're trying to do that, I don't think it's as bad. I think what you don't want to do is blindside somebody who's been doing something for 3 years and say, well, you're pretty shitty at that. We should do something else. The person's thinking, well, for 3 years, I wasn't shitty. Like what happened?
Yeah.
So I don't think I ever try to point out the one thing.
Yeah.
Is what a lot of stuff, what we'll do is what I do is I'll just throw things, softballs. And, when they're swinging and they're not hitting, you're going to them and say, listen, well, what's going on? How's it coming?
Yeah. Wow,
geez, I don't get this. I said, well, how about this? And you kind of guide them to maybe where they're going. Because, again, it's not the point of hurting feelings. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got to move.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to be in the right spot. But I think, you know what, Mark, Phil, I think what people don't want is I don't think people want to be in spots that they don't do well anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
I don't. I think, I think everybody wants to do well, and everybody wants to be in a spot where they're doing well.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to be? Well, maybe some people are afraid to say it, right? But I think being placed. I think you and I talk about this like ad nauseum, right? Is like, If you're somewhere that you don't want to be, or you're somewhere where you really can't be what you're talented at, you should probably find something else, right? You should probably try and redefine it. Yeah.
And I think you should talk to the people around you to make sure that they're helping you find something better too.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, you're doing nobody any service, right? And we're lucky for the most part. Like the accounts I deal with are all pretty good, right? I mean, one of them we need to find some people.
Yeah.
One, we have the right amount of people. We just need to shuffle some of the responsibilities just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like nothing catastrophic, but you know what it's like? It's tiring, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking and it's a lot of, sort of doing the dance. You don't want to hurt anybody because it's not what it's about. They're good people. They're all qualified and they're all skilled.
Yeah.
They're just at one point in time, probably not the best spots.
Yeah.
And it's funny, one in my office, the one that's taking the most time, they're just like half the office. They're all great people and they're all capable definitively of doing stuff.
Yeah.
But we've put them in spots that really they probably never should have been.
Yeah.
And then I got another one that basically, the spots are empty and people who are not really qualified to do it, I'm trying to fill them. And I'm telling them, you guys can do this all day if you want, but now you're not doing your old job well.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not doing the new job well.
Yeah.
So we've lost twice now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand that. I don't understand that,
Yeah.
That's not net sum zero. That's net sum negative. Right? I mean, seriously, right? I mean, think it through, guys. Why would you do that?
But that's with our group of listeners, I would say that is very, the latter you were talking about happens, but the overfilling, it's 100% true, right? Like, I mean, because you look at it and, I think everyone who works hard likes to grind. They like to, they step in where they need to fill in, right? But,
filling is different. If you're there in a pinch, I'm not expecting you. Listen, if all my quarterbacks go down, and you're not normally the quarterback, but you can throw the ball, I'm not expecting you to come in as first string.
Yeah,
I'm expecting you'll be able to get me through the game. We're probably going to lose.
Yeah,
but we're not going to lose as bad as if we didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of looking at that. Now, again, yes, that's not what you want, but in one game, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
By game 6, if you, the general manager, the coach, haven't found a quarterback, well, then that's a problem because you've just set yourself up to lose.
It's just, it's the, like in that definition, the game format, it is, it's easier to, I mean, like a football season's what, like 15 games or 16 games or 18 games or whatever.
Games, but it's a short
games,
right? You don't have a lot of time to make.
But that's my point, right? Is you have a finite number of games that you can quantify against. But I think when you're in business, what's the line? Like a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. You know what I mean? Like it's a real gray, right? Like it's
positionally gray though. Right? If you lose, if you lose your cashiers and you're a retail outlet, that might be a problem. You're a coffee shop and lose your barista.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it depends. Right? It depends on what it is. If you lost, and this isn't, about being, it's not job demeaning, but you lost your, 3 times a week janitor. Well, maybe you could sub and do 2 nights.
Yeah.
Not going to be great. It's not going to be as clean as it was, but it might be enough to get through.
Yep.
A half an hour after your barista's gone and there's nobody, you got a problem if you're a coffee bar.
Holy shit, right? Like, holy
right?
Shit.
That's a fundamental problem.
Yeah.
Right? Losing the janitor is not catastrophic to that. I wouldn't want to lose a janitor in a hospital.
Yeah.
That's pretty catastrophic.
But that's what I mean though. Like, so when you start to step into offices, like, so the barista, the caretaker, like the janitor, those are really definitive. But I think where businesses will struggle, like, I'll give you an example. So in marketing, there's one of me, right?
Right.
And so I do that. I do, like my role is like everything from SEO to marketing to PR to, article writing to content creation all the way through, right? So you kind of go, yeah, those are your job, but something as simple as trade show logistics. Do you know what I mean? So not only am I booking it,
that takes 2 days out of your other
but
work.
not only am I booking it, I'm making sure, like, I'm the one who stays awake at night going, holy shit, did I make sure, did everything go out?
Shit,
Did
I
it
send
go
the
out when
tent?
it's supposed to? Did I send the tent? You know, how come DHL hasn't sent me back a confirmation
Exactly.
yet? You know,
Oh my God, is it stuck in customs?
you'd be like, fuck, somebody
But yeah, but
pay
that's
one of
shit.
those unionized stock workers to bring the damn crate up. Like, oh my God,
Exactly.
you know. But so those are things that I think are, like, I think that directly applies to our audience, right? Because our audience
Totally.
is that, you know, that group where you go,
Totally.
oh, I can do this, right? But
you can. It's not the
you
point you
know,
can do it. Sure, you can do it. We
you
all know
shouldn't
you
be.
can do it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
The ability to do it isn't in question.
Yeah.
It's why are you doing it? Right? Because remember, you know, the trade show isn't 3 minutes worth of phone calls. It's a day.
Yeah.
You're telling me that was the best use of your day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was tracking down a DHL order.
I just think that that's where the gray line, you know, starts to, like, that's where it gets really gray. Like, so how many trade shows do you go, I'm filling in because there's nobody to do it. I'm filling in. Like, so is it 2? Is it 3 of these? And then you go, guys, come on. Like
2
now
in a row.
I am,
2 in a row.
Yeah.
1 off, angers. 2 in a row, habit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. That's enough. That's too many.
Huh.
2, that's 1 too many.
Okay. Yeah.
Because 2 in a row, that's no good.
System.
No, it's too. No, if they were back to back, one day after another, okay, I understand it because you don't have time. But no, if after that, like, seriously, you gotta. They're coming. It's not like you're not going to do another trade show.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as you had to do one, like, you should be on trying to find. Okay, I can't do this anymore.
How do I do this? Yeah.
You know, how do I find someone else to do this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And if you don't, and you got to do a second and a third one, I'm sorry, you own that now.
Yeah.
That's what the hell are you waiting for?
Huh. That's also an interesting one. So I think the audience, I'm 100% sure that our audience does this. There's probably a whole bunch of indie store owners out there who, we do it.
Remind the audience, we do it. This is what, remember, do as I say, not as I do. That's our role.
But so
we're telling you what not to do. Don't watch what we do, because we do it half-assed ourselves. We're telling you, learn from this.
But I think that so your advice is really good. I'm just wondering if anybody would find that compelling. So do it once, fine. Do it twice. You know,
and proximity of time is really the thing. If you did it twice in the same month, come on, guys, you had a couple weeks to figure it out. Twice in the same week is sometimes just what it is.
Yeah.
Someone went down sick. I mean, shit happens. I get it.
Yeah.
Shit happening on and on and on is a problem.
And help. Yeah.
But that's if we're small offices, you got to help.
Yeah.
But if I go into your store for 6 Saturdays in a row and you're always on cash, and your thing is, well, I don't have anybody. Well,
no. Then you gotta fix that
together,
shit,
man.
Right? Like, you
after the first weekend,
you
should have tried to find somebody. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
6 weekends in, you.
Yeah.
The amount of time you wasted, you could have been selling stuff. You know everything better than anybody.
Yeah.
But you're ringing stuff in.
That's
not good.
I agree. Yeah. It'd also be nice to hear from you guys about anything that fits on this list that you want to ditch. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if you guys sent us, you can tweet us, you can email us, you can Facebook us, whatever you want. You can call us. But
whatever.
I think it'd be nice. Like a one-liner would be good, right? Like, I need more cashiers would be a really simple one that we go, oh, we totally understand that, right? But it'd be interesting to see what you guys are tripping on, you know, in your kind of day-to-day that you need to let go of.
I think if Lori was coaching us, what would she tell you to do? I think that's sort of be her advice, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, the solution is not Lori to do yourself.
WWLD. What would Lori do?
What would Lori do?
WWLD.
I wonder what Lori would do. Probably tell everybody the opposite of what we just told them. Don't listen to those 2 idiots.
Poor Lori. We should think about that. We should think about having Lori on, not for a whole show, because she's just too smart. She'd take over the show. between her and Linda, we'd be out of business. But
We should
maybe
just pre-record Lori. Send her the thing and just tell her, just send us a sound bite. Here's the question, and here's the answer.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
question
cool.
answer.
We could sub in Lori for like one key question once a month or whatever.
Well, half the time it's you and I that need the help.
I didn't say we wouldn't make up our own questions, right? Like, because we have to filter the questions.
We were hiding that. Oh, that would be all the customers. Yes, all the guys who write in. It's their questions, not our question. I'm sorry. Yes.
That guy's name is Kenny Lanucci.
This is for a friend.
And this is from Penny Tanucci. What the
hell? A lot of rhyming.
Paul Chen. Like, who is that?
Or we should just come on and just tell Lori, it's from us.
Lori,
just figure it out.
Help us.
Exactly.
More.
Yeah. Should do that. We should just tell her because she'll do it. Just to listen. Here's a question we need answer. Just give us what would you do in this one?
Like a 5-minute Lori bite.
Yeah.
5-minute WWLD.
Yeah.
I like
that.
I like it a lot.
I like that.
We're gonna ask her to do this.
I think that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a 5-minute WWLD.
Yeah. Quick question. What would you do?
I like it.
Plus, sometimes it probably gives something to discuss, right? Because, we prep so much.
So we're going to argue like knuckleheads, and then Lori's going to come on and set us all straight.
Oh, we can do that.
That's going to happen.
That's easy enough, too. I'm sure she's this is periodical thing. Okay, don't waste. I wasted a whole hour with those two clowns. Didn't learn a freaking thing.
She's probably shaking her head in the car.
They've gotten more stupid as the weeks go on. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, whatever. Set the bar low, man. Set the bar low.
It's pretty funny. Man, that is pretty funny.
Yeah. I like the idea, though. I think we should do it.
Yeah, I think so, too. We'll ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, other than that, that's been where I've at. I'm just trying to figure shit out.
So we've kind of flipped a little bit, right? Because like when at the beginning of this year, I was like out of my gourd running around doing stuff, and now I'm settled in a little bit more, and now you're out of your gourd running around doing stuff.
I'm out of my gourd because I think I'm settling into
you're settling into too much is what you're settling into.
Yeah, it's just I haven't let go of any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I'm handling this well. I don't think I've got this game figured out.
Not yet. Well, no, but I think nobody can see your face. I can see your face, right? But I can see your brain spinning.
My brain's always spinning.
So I think but you're processing right now. Like you have a different look about you when you're
because I'm trying to think it through.
Yeah,
there's got to be
solving.
Yeah, and there's a way to do this without.
It's kind of scary. Kenny looks smart now. If you're listening still, Kenny looks very smart right now because he's got all this like
I'm thinking,
conceptualizing and this like think. It's
kind of like Pooh Bear, but not that bad. think. But what's funny is I actually end up doing. I go down these things. I think it is a WWLD. Then I even go down. I wonder what Timmy would do on this one. But then he gets a little too. Then he can't. He definitely doesn't do. He's one of those that definitely is do as I say, not as I do. He's even worse than we are.
Yeah.
I think what a bear would do. Bear's pretty solid and grounded. But I don't want the Barry to be right, so I can't give him that one.
Yeah.
Then you got to keep.
He's almost too rational for us.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's like Lori. He's too rational for us.
I think that's why we have to have Timmy because he's just a little more insane.
Yeah, he's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd actually tell us to do something to do the opposite himself.
Yeah.
See, but Lori would actually practice what she preaches. I mean, who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Barry, practice what you preach. That's not.
This podcast would be over if that was
exactly. Real. Christ, we'd have no problems. It'll be figured out. Who the hell's going to live? Nobody listens to us now. Nobody listens for sure later. I think people need to know that basically, these two morons all week think of nothing, sit on a show with a podcast, basically spit out stuff because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to learn.
It's true. Oh, speaking of which, so like completely different, but it's a good time to kind of bring his name up. But I've been working with this videographer. He's done a second stint for me, and he is so good.
Oh, who is he?
Yeah, so his name's Raphael Edwards, and I found him on Upwork.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I actually do a lot on Upwork. So I found a couple of translator on Upwork, and then I found this guy. He shot something for me in Boston, and then I liked him so much. Well, two reasons. One, I liked him so much, and then two, I just left it too long. So for the event in Milwaukee, I flew him up and had him do that event, and his shooting is it's like bang on. You know,
Really? Reasonable?
Yeah, it's really fantastic, really reasonable, like really reasonable. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Raphael Edwards, I don't actually know if he has a website because I didn't. It's not how I found him. So, but I think hit me up and then I can give anyone who needs the details. I can definitely give you guys, how to find him and all that kind of stuff. So,
have you used Upwork much, or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
What's on there more? Is it more like what's on there? You know what? Why I signed up for it? I think when I first sort of left.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this sounds interesting. Maybe I'll get some consult work out of it. And of course, I did nothing with it because that's idea in, idea out.
It's I don't know if there's a lot of weird jobs. Not weird, but there's SEO.
It's a lot of SEO, a lot of graphic design.
Yeah.
That type of stuff, right?
Yeah. There's there's guys like Raphael on there, who do a lot of video type stuff.
No, because I've seen all that.
Yeah. And so those guys are really good. And then I found it's a great way to transcend countries and things like that. So I found a lot of video, voiceover and translators in countries. So when I did, we had a customer launching in Japan and I needed Japanese translations. I went, onto Upwork and found folks in Japan who could help me. And that worked out really well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was, so, just really, really good.
Get Barry to check it out for the other project we're working on.
Okay. Yeah.
Upwork.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in a long time. Barry, check out Upwork. Check out Upwork. Take a look. Let us know.
Barry, check it out. Yeah. But if you guys need a videographer, particularly in the US, you give me a call because I will send you his contacts and everything. He is he's a good dude who does really, really good work. So
cool. Very cool.
So shout out for Raphael.
There you go. That's nice.
Man, that is all I have, young man. I'm tired.
Yeah, I was gonna go downstairs and do some work. I think I'm not. I'm just gonna go watch some TV.
Yeah, I gotta build a new LinkedIn landing page for some of this A/B testing, but I think I'm gonna wait till I'm fresh in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's Sam. I might just get up early. I think I'm just tired. I think we're watching The Voices on tonight.
Yeah.
Just go watch that, veg out, and just go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Can I tell you about a moment I had?
Sure.
I'll be quick with it in case you were all deciding to quit. Kenny's half quit already. But,
I'm still here. Listen, I'm engaged. I'm looking at you. Yes. Come on, Phil.
So I told that story about buying a car in Nova Scotia and driving it back and everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell the car now because
sell it in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. No, I might
drive it there for the guy.
I'm gonna sell it here, but I gotta sell it because my in-laws and my parents are both getting old, and it's a sedan, and they can't get in and out of the thing, right? My mom got in and out of the car and damn near killed herself, so I gotta sell it and get into something higher. But I posted like a regular person, I posted on Auto Trader my car. Kind of sat there for a while, didn't do anything. And I kept getting all these idiots. I was getting really frustrated. And I realized, you're an idiot. You're a digital marketer. Why are you not gaming the system? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so I started a game it so I stayed at the top of every list. So I would update the car description,
Right.
like every 2 days ish.
Yeah.
And then on the alternate days, I would drop it like $50 in price. And so now I've got like 8 people interested in the car. Do you know? And then
because I kept the listing fresh.
Yeah. So I started looking at this thing, going, okay. So one was I kept the listing fresh, right? Which is remarkably simple explanation for how digital marketing works, right? Is you've got to keep everything fresh. And then the other thing I did was I basically turned my car into a lead magnet, right? And so my working theory is I need to get 10 people interested in the car so I can convert one of them. You know what I mean? Like, because like,
my God,
because you get one guy, and if the guy's an idiot, you're kind of jammed, right? Because you go, oh, look, I got one guy. Oh, he wants to take $2,000 off the car. Maybe I should sell it. Nobody else showed up.
Nobody else showed up.
But now I've got, and I was getting that, right? And so, but now I've got like 6 people interested in the car, and the last guy was like, yeah, I think I could do this price, but I want to come see it, right? So now I've said to everybody else, there's a guy who's willing to do this price. So if you guys aren't at this price, I'm kind of not interested, right? And so now they're all like, well, no, that's an okay price. I know I was like $1,000, under that, but I can come up to that price. When can I come see it, right? So now I got like, all these people. Now I don't have enough time to show the car, actually.
First person comes with cash, sold.
Yeah, right.
That's how you do it.
So it's like, but now I got like 8 people, right? So now like I can turn this thing into an amazing race,
or just be careful because you could have 8 disinterested people.
Yeah.
First one that comes with cash and gives you the price that you asked for, sold.
Yeah. Takes the car.
Take the car.
Yeah.
You start farting around with it.
Yeah. And then
you're going to lose. It's not good property. Yeah. It's a depreciating asset. Cash is king. First one with cash wins. That's just what this whole game is about. First one across the finish line, baby.
Retail is just like selling a car.
Yes, it is.
Dun.
There we go.
That's my story.
Philosophy.
What would Chang do?
What would Chang do?
WWCD. It doesn't work nearly as well.
No, we need the other one.
No. Yeah. We'll leave
and
it
really, we don't care what Chang does. It's really what Lori does. That's
we don't care. Lori, if you're listening, sign up so you can WWLD.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just listen to the last couple of podcasts. There's so many nuggets in there because we don't know what the hell we're doing. Just pretend it was somebody else that was asking the question. Just answer it for us.
She's probably got a list as long as her arm.
Oh, my God. I'm sure we're a case study.
Oh, my God. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay.
All right, young man.
We'll chat with you when I get back, I guess. I won't probably talk to you, well, unless I talk to you when I'm in New York, but it'll probably be 10 days from now or so.
Okay.
So not next week, and maybe the following weekend we'll record.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
sounds good. Yeah, it's fine. Have fun in New York.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to it.
All right. Safe trip.
Okay, buddy. We'll chat with you soon. Thanks for doing it tonight.
And, no worries. All good.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Take care, man.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye. All right. That's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.